Hi guys, so I'm going to read Tales to Astonish number 46. So Tales to Astonish. Ant-Man and the Wasp face a foe greater than any they have ever known, when Cyclops walks the earth.
Cyclops is alive! He's as big as a mountain! How can anything stop him?
At ease, honey. This is no time for guessing games.
Marvel Comics Group ushers in the Marvel Age of Comics. Ant-Man and the Wasp in When Cyclops Walks the Earth. Plot Stan Lee. Script H.E. Huntley. Art Don Heck. Lettering S. Rosen.
What are we going to do? We can't fight the Cyclops. He's too fast, too huge. We're just microscopic specks to him.
If he tightens his fingers the slightest bit, he'll crush us like grains of powder.
The veil of time opens, and from the mythology of the dim past, it comes to stalk the earth. The awesome Cyclops, the one-eyed human monster of ancient Greece. Against this menace to mankind and modern civilization, there stands only Ant-Man and his feminine partner, the Wasp. But even their weapons, their diminutive size, are inadequate this time against the unfeeling vastness of the Cyclops. So huge is this legendary creature that even normal-sized humans are as ants to him, and all the weapons of mankind cannot match his monstrous power. Have Ant-Man and the Wasp at last met an opponent too huge for them to defeat? It's a Sunday, a quiet, drowsy Sunday in the city, and high above the tall buildings, Ant-Man catapults into the atmosphere with his partner, the Wasp, flying next to him, as they survey the streets below.
I don't see any trouble stirring. Are you picking up anything on your antenna?
Nothing. All's quiet. I'll contact some of my friends, the ants, in the various city districts. See if they have anything to report.
Ant-Man alters the frequency of his cybernetic helmet, sending and receiving electronic impulses. The language through antenna projection of the ants.
All is quiet. Peace reigns.
There is no trouble. All is quiet.
Apparently there is no trouble anywhere. Let's return home.
Roger. Though actually, it's so peaceful and quiet here that I feel too lazy even to fly. I'll meet you in the lab.
Then, the smallest of all humans sends out his call to the ants.
Ant-Man calling. Meet me at my house, little friends. I'm coming down.
And a group of hexapoda hear an answer.
Message received. Acknowledged. We are on our way, Ant-Man.
Hexapoda, from the Greek hex 6 and poda, feet. When Ant-Man descends at his home, a soft living mattress of ants awaits to cushion his fall to the ground.
Thank you, my friends.
Do you wish transportation to your rooms?
Not this time. I will ascend in my elevator.
And so, in his miniature elevator, Ant-Man rises to the catapult compartment.
This is a good time to check my catapult, to make sure it's in perfect working condition. Everything seems in order. Works perfectly.
Through a tiny paddle in the catapult room, Ant-Man enters the secret lab of the scientist, Henry Pym, his alter ego.
What detained you? I've returned to my normal size. Been waiting for you for hours.
Oh, come on. It's not been that long. Only a few minutes. I'll release the growth gas and be right with you up there, Jan.
A few seconds pass as Ant-Man miraculously attains his normal human size. The trouble with you, my dear, is that you're bored. Let's tune in the cybernetic machine and see what's happening on the outskirts of the city.
You're perfectly correct. I am bored. Nothing has happened in the last 2 weeks. What good are crime smashers with no crime to smash?
Everything's peaceful. No trouble in this area.
See what I mean? Ant-Man and the Wasp have made crime so unpopular and unproductive that the criminals are afraid to stir. Peace, quiet. How ghastly.
What you need, perhaps what we both need, is a short vacation. How about it? Where would you like to go?
A great idea. I've always wanted to go to Greece, the birthplace of modern civilization. Hellas, Crete, Cyprus.
Fine. I think it'll do us both good. I'll make reservations immediately on the first flight.
And I'll run and pack.
2 days later.
There it is, Henry. Greece, the cradle of mythology. Oh, I'm so excited.
Please fasten your seatbelts. We are about to land. Happily preparing to see the sights, Henry Pym and Janice are unaware that they are about to embark on their most dangerous adventure and face the most monstrous creature the world has ever seen. And then, do you sense something? A tenseness? Perhaps fear that seems to emanate from these people?
Nonsense. You're just imagining things. Come on, let's hire a boat and cruise the islands, where Homer sailed and Hercules walked. That's strange. All the boats are all docked. Most of them should be out fishing, carrying cargo. We'd like to charter a boat to cruise the islands.
The islands?
A murmur sweeps through the group of seamen, as though they cannot believe their ears. Then, haltingly, fearfully, they answer.
No, lady. We will not sail among the islands. No seaman will take his vessel from the docks. Please, you go away now, lady, huh?
Well, of all the nerve. And just why won't you sail the islands?
Ask him, Captain Anthropolis. He has seen it.
Seen what?
The monster, big as a 6-story building, coming at us when we sailed by the island, blocking out the moon and stars. We had lights in the island hills.
You actually saw a monster?
Not clearly enough to know who or what it was, but so huge was it that it created high waves as it came towards us. They rocketed the ship, and my arm was broken. And I am not the only one who saw it. Ask George in the radio shack.
Ridiculous. Nothing that lives is that big. Silly superstition.
We'll see. Come on, we'll question the radio operator.
No, they do not lie. Other men on other boats have seen the monster too. In fact, 2 boats have disappeared entirely. One of them radioed an alarm about a huge monster attacking the ship. Then the radio went dead. Excuse me, a message is coming in.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Too bad we're on a vacation, or we could have a monster hunt and...
Oh, stop teasing. We've got to find a boat and sail to that island.
Perhaps you know where we could hire a boat?
You could hire mine. You will, of course, have to sail it yourselves. Under the circumstances, no sailor could be hired to go with you.
A price is agreed upon. And then...
Thank you. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to mention. The last sound I heard over the air from that ill-fated ship, just before the radio went dead, was the word Cyclops. Just that one word, and then silence.
Within the hour, they're on their way. In the knapsack, you'll find our costumes and equipment. We'll approach the island at dusk, and if there is anything to these stories, we'll be prepared. Scared, Jan?
Who, me? You're talking to the wrong gal, partner. The only thing I'm scared of is that it'll be a false alarm.
Well, we'll soon know, my little eager beaver. Cyclops is from Greek mythology. Kylos meaning circle, and Ops meaning eye. One-eyed legendary people, said to have migrated from Thrace. Shepherds living on an island in the Western Sea.
I'll change into my costume before you decide to give me a test, Professor.
Later.
You can come on in now. Tell me, Henry, do you think a Cyclops might really exist? Could be, Jan. After all, stranger things have happened. There is an Ant-Man and a Wasp. Creatures every bit as bizarre as any old Cyclops, eh?
Don't you dare call me a creature. Incidentally, there are ants in the galley. Winged ones.
As they change to insect size, Ant-Man immediately contacts the ants on the ship. A species of driver ants, of which the males are winged, flying hexapoda.
Greetings, friends. I want to ask you some questions.
Look, there's an island, and there are strange lights in the hills the seaman spoke of.
Well, that part, at least, was true. We'll anchor the boat offshore and fly to the island. I'll use one of these winged ants as a Pegasus.
So Pegasus, the winged horse of Greek mythology.
And look! That huge shadow!
It's a Cyclops!
They didn't lie. He is at least 50 feet tall. He's monstrous.
He's reaching for the boat.
Get down on the deck, fast!
Monstrous hands, unbelievably huge, grasp the small craft as though it were a small toy.
Back! Back! His thumb could crush us.
We're too small for him to notice. I hope.
He's looking right at us. Don't move a muscle.
The great bulk of the one-eyed giant turns, and, holding the boat in one huge hand, wades back towards the shore.
He looked right at us. I can't understand why he didn't see us. With an eye that large, his vision should be extremely keen.
Oh, Ant-Man, what do we do next?
Calmly, Ant-Man calls one of the winged ants to him.
The first thing to do is get free of this boat. I'll ride one of these flying ants. We'll keep close to the Cyclops. You fly next to me. Let's go! So you were afraid it would just be a false alarm, eh? How do you feel about it now, young lady?
Just between you and me, partner, I think I talk too much. I just thought I saw something, Ant-Man, about that eerie lights in the hills. Are there more Cyclops here? And where did he or they come from?
We'll find out soon enough, Wasp. Just wait.
For a moment, the mountainous creatures stare down at the ships. Then his enormous one-eyed head lifts as though listening to some soundless summons, and he begins to shuffle toward the hills and the strange lights.
There's something strange about the Cyclops. His movements, they're so awkward.
Listen, I hear voices. Human voices. It's the sailors from the missing ships. They're prisoners.
We've got to free them.
Hold it, Wasp. First, I want to investigate those strange lights in the hills. They seem to have Cyclops spellbound.
There are people up there. Look, they have one of the sailors tied up, doing something to him.
Those are spaceships, girl. This is all beginning to tie together now. Those people are aliens. They seem to be testing the captive sailor's brain impulses.
They're removing the wires from his head now.
Suddenly, the wasp cries out in agony,
Ah!
and falls writhing to the ground. Ant-Man grasps his helmet, as his winged ant tumbles on its side in a helpless frenzy.
Electronic impulses!
Swiftly, Ant-Man's fingers move a tiny dial on his helmet, changing his electronic wave patterns.
I could remove the helmet and the alien impulses wouldn't bother me. But the wasp can't remove her antenna. I've got to find a wavelength to counteract theirs. Got to find it fast. My mind is bursting. The pain, the agony, it's unbearable. Ah! There. I found it. And not a minute too soon. Wait. I'm getting new impulses now. I'm on the alien's wavelength. They converse through electronic impulses emanating from their brains. I can understand them.
You can readily see the mental patterns of these Earthmen from those we have measured under the mental scope. They are inferior creatures and would be easily conquered.
I can hear them now, too.
You advise that we inform our home planet, Ashitar 3, that Earth should be classified as fit to be conquered and colonized. Definitely. Step on those insects, Kraglin. I cannot abide those things. I obey your command, Captain.
Insects! He means us!
Use your stinger, Wasp. Will I lasso his foot?
Though diminutive in size, the tiny warrior retains all the strength of his normal human size and musculature. And, in this crucial moment, he uses that strength to its fullest.
Perfect! Your sting made him lift his foot enough for me to get him off balance.
What is this foolishness, Kraglin? Can't you obey a simple command? I don't know what happened. I felt a stinging pain in my soul, and then I flew through the air. It is very strange. I don't see the insects. Never mind. You will all join me in directing brain impulses to the Cyclops. We will direct him to destroy the imprisoned Earthmen. We have no further use for them.
Now I know why the Cyclops didn't see us, and why he moves so awkwardly. He's just a robot, built by those aliens to frighten ships away, while they investigate our planet. They must have known all about our culture, to have known mythology, and...
While you're lecturing again, I'm going to free those sailors before the Cyclops kills them.
Wait, Wasp! Don't! She doesn't hear me. Or pretends she doesn't.
Slowly, the one-eyed mechanical behemoth walks toward the stockade.
No time to go after the Wasp now. I've got to find the brain center of that king-sized mechanical man, and shut it off before it obeys the aliens. The mouth. It keeps opening and closing its mouth. I can get in through there. If I'm lucky. Thanks, little friends. You can go now. It's up to me alone from here on in. I feel like one of those little cartoon characters on a TV commercial, showing how pills dissolve inside the body. Well, not a hunt for the Cyclops' brain.
Meanwhile, the Wasp reaches the prisoner's compound.
Guards! I've got to get rid of them quickly. What's that? A wasp's nest. Hanging from that tree? Friends, I need your help. Follow me.
Then, with her angry wasp behind her,
Attack! I must use the growth gas to bring myself to normal size again, so that I can more easily communicate with the captive sailors.
The wasp unleashes the enlarging gas, and seconds later grows to her normal human size. In the process, her wings and antennae, which sprout only when she reaches wasp size, completely disappear.
Hurry! You must get away immediately, before the...
Look, the Cyclops! He comes!
The tiny group of humans stand frozen with dread as the monster moves down upon them, its gigantic fingers extended fatefully.
It's too late! The Cyclops will never let us escape!
Meanwhile, inside the creature's mechanical brain,
There must be something here that traps the mental impulses of the aliens, sends the message throughout the Cyclops' frame, controlling its movements.
recklessly, Ant-Man moves along the whirling wheels, the moving cogs and arms, the vibrating deadly charged wires of the creature's brain.
Electrodes. This must be it. Now if only I can change the frequency to one that I can control through my cybernetic helmet. If I don't change the frequency in the next few seconds, it won't matter. The Wasp will be finished. And without her, I can't picture my life.
Ant-Man! Where are you? Ant-Man, where are you?
Suddenly, as if in answer to the girl's anguished cry, the monstrous hand stops, then gently frees the humans, as the Ant-Man exults.
I did it! Now the Cyclops obeys only me. So those aliens were going to conquer the Earth, were they?
Look, the Cyclops returns. Though we gave it no message to do so, it's crushing one of our ships. It's under some other mental control, even stronger than ours. It's coming to destroy us. This means that the Earthlings have even stronger mental control than we. We have underestimated them. Hurry to the ships. We must escape this accursed planet. The Earthlings deceived us into believing they were mental weaklings. Yes, but now we know their powers. They can even move matter without touching it. As witness what happened to Kraglin. Report to our home planet. Earth is too strong for us to conquer.
The sailors, now free, rush toward the coast. A touch of reducing gas, and once again, the Wasp flies, directly toward the eye of the Cyclops.
So there you are. I thought so. What now?
I'm going to make Cyclops retrieve the ships, and put them in the bay again so they can sail home. Sorry I couldn't get control sooner, so you wouldn't have to be frightened.
Me? Frightened? Don't kid yourself. All I had to do was use the reducing gas and slide right out of the robot's big paws. I was just worried about the others.
Okay, Jan, if you say so.
Under orders from Ant-Man, the Cyclops deposits the vessel safely in the bay. Then, the mechanical brain receives its final directive from its new master.
Walk into the sea, Cyclops. Walk until the waters cover you. Walk into the sea, or until the sea seeps into your mechanical brain and limbs and rusts them, until you topple to the ocean's floor, and never move from there again. The end of the Cyclops, and of the aliens who wanted to conquer the Earth. Now, little lady, if we want to hitch a ride back to the mainland, we'd best hurry to the ships.
A few days later, in Henry's lab, I think I'll check the cybernetic control board and see if anything is stirring.
My dear Professor, do me a favor, please. In the future, let us have no more vacations.
I just can't stand the excitement. And that's the end.
So, that's the end of this video. So thank you all for watching. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you have any requests for me to do, want me to do, just let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys later.